Here is a brief presentation discussing how asset allocation has been commoditized. Let's take a look at some of the portfolios that are generally out there. This is the average Wall Street portfolio according to a Barron's survey in March of 2016. U.S. stocks and U.S. bonds accounted for about 70% of that portfolio, a chunk in developed international stocks, and not a lot in the rest of the asset classes. Most advisors are charging around 1% for this portfolio. Now we've all seen retirement date funds out there. I picked a very popular 2035 retirement date fund, and we can see that U.S. stocks and U.S. bonds accounted for about 62% of the portfolio. There was a chunk in developed international stocks, and not a lot in everything else. Yet this portfolio only charges about 0.15%. Now let's look at one of the large robo-advisors. Their portfolio had about 64% in U.S. stocks and bonds, a chunk in international developed and emerging market stocks, and not a lot in everything else. Yet this portfolio only charged about 0.25%. Here is the Supernova Tangency portfolio. This looks like proper diversification to us. This portfolio charges about 0.2%. These are the portfolios generally out there. These three look very similar in terms of asset allocation. These three look very similar in terms of price. Looking at it from a very high level, the average Wall Street portfolio looks very similar to the retirement date funds and to the robo-advisors. Asset allocation like this is a commodity. Here's the Supernova Tangency portfolio, and for comparison's sake, a pie chart of global GDP. Asset allocation is a commodity. Here are our disclaimers. Feel free to contact us to discuss this in more detail.